Hare Krishna, thank you all for joining this morning. Bhagavatam, Sangha, and attentive japa. So let's continue with Ajamil, repercussions with the Yamdutas. They're not happy. What happened that they couldn't fulfill their task or mission. And thank you to Hinamati just adding uh, information about the last week. And as a reminder, thank you so much. And we'll just continue. Now, Yamraj explaining to them exactly what happened and why it happened like that. They thought Yamraj was God, but now they found out that Yamraj is not God. There are many other people like Yamraj, and there's somebody above them all. So Hare Krishna. So as the different limbs of the body cannot see the eyes, the living entities cannot see the Supreme Lord, who is situated as a super soul in everyone's heart, not by the senses, by the mind, by the life air, by thoughts within the heart, or by the vibration of words can the living entities ascertain the real situation of the Supreme Lord. So Srila Prabhupada explains that although the different parts of the body don't have the power to see the eyes direct the movements of the body's different parts. The legs move forward because the eyes see what is in front of them. And the hand touches because the eyes see touchable entities. Similarly, every living being acts according to the direction of the super soul. So just like our eyes, they direct us in doing functioning and doing actions. Similarly, the super soul also directs us in our actions. Now you might think, well, then why do people do bad things? Well, you know, Krishna fulfills all desires. If that's what you want to do, then he's not responsible for your actions. You are, because that's what you wanted to do. You have that free will. Similarly, every living being acts according to the direction of the soul who is situated in the heart, as the Lord himself confirms, Sarvasya cham hriday sanavishto matha smiti jnanam upahanam cha. I'm sitting in everyone's heart and giving directions for remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. So elsewhere in Bhagavad-Gita it is stated, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hirde Deshe Arjuna Tishtati. The Supreme Lord as Super Soul is situated within the heart. The living entity cannot do anything without the sanction of the Supreme Soul. The Supreme Soul is acting every moment, but the living entity cannot understand the form and activities of the Super Soul by manipulating his senses. The example of the eyes and the body limbs is very appropriate. If the limbs could see, they could walk forward without the help of the eyes. But that is impossible. Although one cannot see the super soul in one's heart through sensual activities, his direction is necessary. So although the arms can move, the legs can move, the body can function, but in its direction, right? In its direction. Even the animals, the birds, the insects, they need direction. Otherwise, why would they need the super soul? Everyone needs direction. Let's pray. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Mukam Kroti Vasalam Pangum Langyate Grim Yat Kirpata Shri Guru Ditaranam Pramanandamadam Shitanya Ishwaram Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chevanarotamam Devim Saswit Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiriyat Nashta Presha Abadireshu Nitam Bhagat Sevya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtiki. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead is self-sufficient and fully independent. He is the master of everyone and everything, including the illusory energy. He has his form, qualities, and features. And similarly, his order carriers, the Vaishnavas, who are very beautiful, possess bodily features, transcendental qualities, and a transcendental nature. almost like his. They always wander within this world with full independence. So Yamraj describing the Supreme Personality Godhead, the Supreme Controller, but the order carriers of Yamraj were very eager to know about the Vishnu Dutas, who had defeated them in the encounter with Ajamil. So yeah, they want to know who these people were, they want more information. Yamraj therefore stated that the Vishnu Dutas resemble the Supreme Personality Godhead in their body features. So, if you've seen the Vishnu Dutas, then the Lord himself, Narayan, is very similar in appearance, transcendental qualities and nature. In other words, the Vishnu Dutas or Vaishnav are almost as qualified as the Supreme Lord. Yamraj informed the Yamdutas that the Vishnu Dutas are no less powerful than Lord Vishnu. Since Vishnu is above Yamraj, the Vishnu Dutas are above the Yamdutas. Persons protected by the Vishnu Dutas, therefore, cannot be touched by the Yamdutas. So, Vishnu or Narayan is stronger than Yamraj, and the Vishnu Dutas are stronger than the Yamdutas. The order carries of Lord Vishnu, who are worshipped even by the demigods, possess wonderful body features exactly like those of Vishnu and are very rarely seen. The Vishnu Dutas protect the devotees of the Lord from the hands of enemies, from envious persons, and even from jurisdiction, as well as from natural disturbances. So Yamraj has specifically described the qualities of the Vishnu Dutas to convince his own servants not to be envious of them. Yamaraj warned the Yamadutas that the Vishnu Dutas are worshipped with the respectful obeisances by the demigods and are always very alert to protect the devotees of the Lord from the hands of enemies. Now, the Yamdutas never get to see devotees of the Lord, so they don't understand this. They're always going for the sinful people, that's all they know. They only meet the sinful people. It's like, I guess a psychiatrist will only meet the people who need, help with with the mind, So everyone they're meeting has some issue they want to clear. So it's like that. They only meet people in that, in that status. Sometimes the members of the Krishna conscious society are afraid of the impending danger of world war and ask what would happen to them if a war should occur. In all kinds of danger, they should be confident of the protection by the Vishnu Dutas or the Supreme Personality Godhead. As confirmed in Bhagavad-Gita, Kuntya Pratijanahi Name Bhaktya Vinashati. Material danger is not meant for devotees. This is also confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam. Padam Padam Yad Padam Na Desham. In this material world, there are dangers at every step, but they are not meant for devotees who have fully surrendered onto the lotus feet of the Lord. The pure devotees of the Lord Vishnu may rest assured of the Lord's protection. And as long as they are in this material world, they should be fully engaged in devotional service. And by preaching the cult of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Krishna, namely the Hare Krishna movement of Krishna consciousness. So real religious principles are enacted by the Supreme Personality Godhead. Although fully situated in the mode of goodness, even the great rishis who occupy the topmost planets cannot ascertain the real religious principles, nor can the demigods or the leaders of Siddhalok, to say nothing of the asuras, ordinary human beings, Vidadaras and Charanas. So Lord Brahma, Bhagwan Narad, Lord Shiva, the four Kumaras, Lord Kapil, the son of Devhuti, Sam Bhuva Manu, Prahlad Maharaj, Janak Maharaj, grandfather Bisham, Bali Maharaj, Chukdev Goswami, and I myself as Yamraj know the real religious principle. My dear servants, this transcendental religious principle, which is known as Bhagavad Dharma, or surrender on the Supreme Personality, Lord, and love for Him is uncontaminated by the material modes of nature. It is very confidential and difficult for ordinary human beings to understand. But if by chance one fortunately understands it, he is immediately liberated and thus returns home back to Godhead. So he's telling about this confidential information. One may ask, if this principle is very rarely understood, what is the use of it? In answer, Yamaraja states, herein that this religious principle is understandable if one follows the Parampara system of Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, the four Kumars, and other standard authorities. There are 4 lines of disciplic succession, one from Lord Brahma, one from Lord Shiva, one from Lakshmi or Saishiri, and the goddess of fortune, and from the 4 Kumaras. So if you follow any of these lineages, you can understand the religious principle that you have to surrender to God, to Krishna. Devotional service, beginning with the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, is the ultimate religious principle for the living entity in human society. So if you're surrendering, then you should also serve as well. Devotional service. Okay. My dear servants, who are as good as my sons, just see how glorious is the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. The greatly sinful Ajamil chanted only to call his son, not knowing that he was chanting the Lord's holy name. Nevertheless, by chanting the holy name of the Lord, he remembered Narayan, and thus he was immediately saved from the ropes of death. So the Lord, the name of Narayan, the name of Ram, the name of Krishna, they are very, very powerful. They even say that Ram, so Ramnami, Ram se bada, Ram ka naam. So the name is even higher than the personality. So because they have given all the potency in that name. It's like in Sikshastikam, the Lord says that I put all my potency in my name. Therefore, it should be understood that one is easily relieved from all sinful reactions by chanting the holy name of the Lord and chanting of his qualities and activities. This is the only process recommended for relief from sinful reactions. Even if one chants the holy name of the Lord with improper pronunciation, he will achieve relief from material bondage. He chants without offenses. That's the most important thing, rather than getting it accurate. It's like in our mission, it's international. Not everybody can pronounce properly, even if they tried hard. It's difficult to pronounce some things if it's not your first language. So, I don't think Sanskrit is anybody's first language, especially. Yeah. Ijamil, for example, was extremely sinful, but while dying, he merely chanted the holy name, and although calling his son, he achieved complete liberation because he remembered the name of Narayan. Because they are bewildered by the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality Godhead, Valkya and Jaimini and other compilers of religious scriptures cannot know the secret, confidential religious system of the 12 Mahajans. They cannot understand the transcendental value of performing devotional service or chanting the Hare Krishna mantra because their minds are attracted to the ritualistic ceremonies mentioned in the Vedas, especially the Yajur Ved, Sam Ved, and Rig Ved. Their intelligence has become dull. Thus, they are busy collecting the ingredients of ritualistic ceremonies that yield only temporary benefits, such as elevation to Swarglok or material happiness. They are not attracted to the Sankirtan movement. Instead, they're interested in Dharma, Arth, Kam, and Moksha. So, if you're just looking for moksha, liberation for yourself, and this is what the Vedas Vedas got everything. They got different stages. But if that's what somebody wants, Dharma, Arth, Kam, Dharma is religious, following some religion, being pious, and Arth is working within those principles, not doing cheating people like that. And Kam, then by working hard, then you enjoy yourself as well, and eventually you work towards liberation. But most people just follow dharma, artha, and kam. Just they just want to enjoy, and if they need to use dharma for enjoyment, they will use it. They want to go to the higher planets, or have all the benefits like a lot of wealth or great children, great wife, like that. That they will use dharma in that. And even moksha is seen as a material because you want something you want to do for yourself. It's not a selfless service that in like devotional service, that's selfless. Considering all these points, therefore, intelligent men decide to solve all problems by adopting the devotional service of chanting the holy name of the Lord, who is situated in everyone's heart and who is the mind of all auspicious qualities. Such persons are not within my jurisdiction for punishment. Generally, they never commit sinful activities, but even if by mistake or because of bewilderment or illusion, they sometimes commit sinful acts, they are protected from sinful reactions because they always chant the Hare Krishna mantra. So this is it said earlier that a devotee never loses his devotional service. He's always protected by the Lord. A pure devotee is one whose intelligence is clear. He's truly thoughtful because he engages in the service of the Lord, not as a matter of show, but with love, with his mind, words, and body. Non-devotees may take a show of religion, but it is not very effective because although they ostentatiously attend a temple of church, they are thinking of something else. Such persons are neglecting their religious duty and are punishable by Yamaraja. So even if you go into temple, but you're going for your own benefits, you're not serious or sincere, then you say the Yamaraj, you still Yamaraj's candidate. Still, you're not going back home. So I'll just repeat that. It is not very effective because so he's truly thoughtful because he engages in the service of the Lord. So that's the devotee. Not as a matter of show that I'm going to temple, but with love, with his mind, words, and body. So non-devotees make a show of religion, but it's not very effective because although they ostentatiously attend a temple or church, they are thinking of something else. The mind is somewhere else. Such persons are neglecting their religious duty and are punishable by Yamraj. But a devotee who commits sinful acts, which he may do unwillingly or accidentally, because former habits, is excused. This is the value of the Sankirtan movement. So it's best if you're going to do this, do it properly, do it seriously, because otherwise, you wasted this life, didn't enjoy yourself, and you didn't do bhakti either. What's the point of being in the middle? Either, like to say, we're not here to play games. We have for a serious purpose. And if you're serious to fulfill the purpose, then we should remain serious. My dear servants, please do not approach such devotees who they have fully surrendered to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are equal to everyone, and their narrations are sung by the demigods and the inhabitants of Siddhalok. Please do not even go near them. They are always protected by the club of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Narayan has a club for a reason. Sort out people who misbehave or who misbehave with their devotees. Yes, the Gada. And therefore, Lord Brahma and I, and even the time factor, are not competent to chastise them. Paramhansas are exalted persons who have no taste for material enjoyment and who drink the honey of the Lord's lotus feet. My dear servants, bring to me for punishment only persons who are averse to the taste of that honey, who do not associate with Paramahansas and who are attached to family life and worldly enjoyment, which form the path to hell. So there's nothing wrong with been, having families and having some enjoyment, but just keep Krishna in the center. That's the important thing, that you do it through him. If you have some attachment to family, have attachment to family as they are some, it's like gift from Krishna, something, they're property of Krishna, and you are given to maintain them, to look after them, and to help them with whatever you have achieved in your bhakti, you help them as well. So if you do it like that, then it's not a problem. Just our problem is that we think we own. We should not think we own everything. We're not the owners, or we're not the enjoyers. We can enjoy, we can own, but as supervisors through Krishna, we're the supervisors of everything. My dear servants, please bring to me only those sinful persons who do not use their tongues to chant the holy name and qualities of Krishna, whose hearts do not remember the lotus feet of Krishna even once, and whose heads do not bow down even once before Lord Krishna. Send me those who do not perform their duties towards Vishnu, which are the only duties in human life. Please bring me all such fools and rascals. So Yamaraja is making it clear that, what the protocol is, what the actual system is. So to be very careful. And if somebody is on the margin, they should check with the Yamaraj, that is this person, qualified to come back to hell. Then Yamaraj, considering himself and his servants to be offenders, spoke as follows, begging pardon from the Lord. O my Lord, my servants have surely committed a great offense by arresting a Vaishnav such as Jamil. O Narayan, O Supreme and oldest person, please forgive us. Because of our ignorance, we fail to recognize Ajamil as a servant of your lordship, and thus we have certainly committed a great offense. Therefore, with folded hands, we beg your pardon. My Lord, since you are supremely merciful and are always full of good qualities, please pardon us. We offer our respectful obeisance unto you. So Shukdev Goswami continued, my dear king, the chanting of the holy name of the Lord is able to uproot even the reactions of the greater saints. Therefore, the chanting of the Sankirtan movement is the most auspicious activity in the entire universe. Please try to understand this so that others will take it seriously. One who constantly hears and chants the holy name of the Lord and hears and chants about his activities can very easily attain the platform of pure devotional service, which can cleanse the dirt from one's heart. One cannot achieve such purification merely by observing vows and performing Vedic ritualistic ceremonies. Devotees who always lick the honey from the lotus feet of Lord Krishna do not care at all for material activities which are performed under the three modes of material nature and which bring only misery. Indeed, devotees never give up the lotus feet of Krishna to return to material activities. Others, however, who are addicted to Vedic rituals because they have neglected the service of the Lord's feet, are enchanted by lusty desires, sometimes perform acts of atonement. Nevertheless, being completely purified, they return to sinful activities again and again. So, atone, sin, cycle goes on. After hearing from the mouth of the Master about the extraordinary glories of the Lord and his name, fame, and attributes, the Yamdutas were struck with wonder. Since then, as soon as they see a devotee, they fear him and dare not look at him again. When the great sage Agastya, the son of Kumbh, was residing in the Malaya hills and worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I approached him and explained to me this confidential history. So this must be Yamraj explaining that that's where he heard all this information. And we hear all this information in the Shikshta Ashtakam that Lord Chaitanya has given us. He explains in the power of the holy name and, what benefits it has for us. So, it's explained to us again and again in so many ways. in so many scriptures the power of the holy name. And if we still have attachments, even after understanding so many instructions on this matter, then it's not good. That's like the 10th offense, the offense we commit, that we still have material attachments and we neglect the holy name, we chant inattentively, including myself in this, even after hearing all these warnings and instructions, that it's very important that we chant properly and we take the holy name seriously, whether it's japa or in a sankirtan, we should take it seriously. So thank you so much for joining, Hina Mataji, Shani Mataji, Jai Prabhu, Madhav Shyam Sundar Prabhu, Praveen Mataji, and my father Loji. Thank you for joining. Love to hear from you. Madhav Shyam Sundar Prabhu has gone. He doesn't want to say anything, but that's fine. That's fine. Hearing is okay. We just want to hear. That's okay as well. So please do join and take benefit of discussion. Thank you. We'll start with Hina Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, and please accept my holy obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Yes, some really, really nice nuggets here in this part. How the name of God is higher than him personally, which is always nice to be remembered of that, and how through chanting the holy name of God, one can easily kind of almost get to the highest platform. One chants without offenses. I like your point about how usually people don't want anything more than dharma, artha, and moksha. So it just shows that those on this path, we're what we're pursuing, and the knowledge that we've got, we're pursuing something so much more elevated, more higher. I liked your points as well, how in the verse how Yamaraja explains that he only sees those who are too attached to family life, who think they are owners, who are proprietors of this world, but he doesn't see those who remember the Lord or performs duties towards Krishna, to the Lord. And just the emphasis on chanting and hearing it's very important to cleanse the dirt from the heart, from previous lives. And I know we've kind of come across this point before, and how this is the only form of atonement through chanting and remembering the Lord. So thank you very much, Shri Krishna.
Wonderful. Yes, absolutely. If you want to atone, then atone using the holy name. That's a very good point. Use that, because that will also burn the seeds of sin as well. Because other atonements do not burn the seeds. They might neutralize your sins, but the seeds remain, and you go back and sin again. Yeah, we can see the chanting as an atonement, and we see that. Then when we are chanting, we will be asking for forgiveness, right? Because we think, all right, I'm chanting now for forgiveness and saying, please engage me in your service so I can be forgiven. So chanting is atonement, and then serving in devotion service is also our atonement. So we ask, look, let me prove to you I'm serious, let me serve you. And when you have the service, then do the service. So very good. Thank you. Okay. Jai Prabhu, you haven't just listened to that. So would you like to say anything? Or you forgot to be listening today? Okay. Right. We'll go up to Praveen Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dhanvat Pranam. Yeah, very nice. The importance of chanting Harinam, is emphasized again here. And God Kishore Babaji came to my mind, how Babaji, he used to do his chanting sitting next to the toilet, so he's not disturbed. So that is the importance, how we need to understand, how important it is. And like we are chanting, and like somebody asks us something, and we just quickly start answering. So I try not to speak now, and I've told my husband, don't talk to me when I'm chanting, don't ask me anything. So we have to, like you said, have to take it very seriously, and we have to meditate on the 10 offenses. We have to remind ourselves every morning, but even in the day, we have to meditate and see how we can improve ourselves. But yes, it is hard, because my mind, it doesn't matter how hard I try, it still, goes here and there. But we still, we know Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam Kevalam. That is the only thing that is going to save us. And somebody sent me this image, it's like a good morning one. It was a picture of Krishna. And it says, like, when we call somebody's name, they turn to look who's calling them. So when we take Krishna's name, Krishna will definitely look at us. He's so merciful. So we just have to remember him with love. That is the only qualification we need, love and faith. Yeah, and all our sins are eradicated, and we can see how, we can see changes in ourselves when we are chanting the names nicely. Yeah, so Jamil, even calling his son's name, he was saved. So that's the mercy of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji.
And
Yeah.
we remember you, we got Narayan Prabhu's class this morning, and Radharani Mataji, so at least we're taking the name, God's name, but that way as well. So we are very fortunate to have you both. Yes.
This is why our Guru Maharaj, who's is Vyas Puja today, he's given us these lovely names. And even we,
Yes.
we can remember. I can just say my own name, benefit from that. This is the beauty of these names.
Yeah.
Now,
Very nice. And congratulations, Guru Maharaj's Vyas Puja today. A big day for you all.
yeah, in the evening, yeah, definitely. Please join. It's in Solihull, so please join. Because,
Okay.
yeah. So, thing is, with chanting and sadhana, everything we do, regulations, it's not difficult. It's not difficult to do, right? Chanting is not difficult to do, nothing difficult. The difficulty is that we have to do it every day. So Krishna consciousness is not difficult. Srila Prabhupada explains that Krishna consciousness is not difficult. It's the fact that we have to do it day after day after day after day. And that's what we find difficult, to do it every day. But when we understand that, when we understand the importance of it, which we really can't get ourselves to understand the importance, because we keep doubting, we keep questioning, in our mind, we don't understand the importance. And if we also understand that nobody knows how long they've got, if we consider that this could be our last day, every day could be our last day. We don't know. We don't know whether we're going to wake up in the morning. We don't know. We're just suddenly going to drop, for some reason or other. It happens, right? And then that means we miss the opportunity of this human life. We don't know how we're going to come back. We could come back in any form. We don't know that what Krishna has decided for us, what kind of body. I mean, hopefully we'll be okay. I think we probably generated enough spiritual points to come back again and do more bhakti. But in this case, we can think the worst, because that will benefit us. The fear behind us, is a good motivator. It's a good impetus to drive us to be serious. So yeah, it's something we have to do every day, and we should do it as it's our last day. And please bless me as well. And what I can practice, easy for me to preach, but please bless me that I can practice as well, what I'm saying. So thank you. Brother, anyone say?
Hare Krishna, everyone. Yeah, I was hearing a katha about Ram Navami, and I just found that Rama means one who dwells in Ramayan. So Lord Rama dwells in Ramayan, and Narayan means one who dwells in water. And that's amazing. Small little things, when you understand them in simplified way, they're more effective.
Haribol Mataji, please can you repeat it? Rama means?
Rama means one who dwells in Ramayan, and Narayan means one who dwells in water.
So what does it mean?
Rama, when if somebody is asking you, what does Rama means?
No, but how should we understand it?
Rama in Ramayan, from start to finish, Lord Ram is there. So that's the meaning. Rama dwells in Ramayan. Are you with me?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. And also, I was hearing a very nice story about this chanting thing. Somebody was a very great bhakta, and he was doing his sadhana by the banks of a river, and he got attacked by a lot of people from all directions, and he was really bewildered what to do. He still said to all of them that, please give me 2 minutes, like we say, give me a few minutes, let me come back to you. Let me have a quick bath in the river, and then I'll come back to you. I'm not going anywhere. So, they all gave him that much time. That person, he quickly remembered God and said to God, God, I wanted to do more bhakti for you. And look, I'm being attacked from all directions. Please, please protect me. Then Lord said to him, it's okay. I have arranged this for you. You just say my name, because whatever you were going to suffer in the coming 10 births, I'm giving all the problems to you all at once. So 10 people are attacking you, but you just keep saying my name. This way, you will surely come back to me. So, this is the mood I was thinking that we ought to have when we are chanting God's name, that everything is attacking the 3 modes of nature, the goodness, passion, and ignorance, and our mind, and our situation, and this Kali Yuga, and material temptations. Everything is attacking us from all the directions, but we have to give some seriousness to the devotion service. For us, the selfless devotion service is first of all chanting, and then like Narankesha Prabhu was saying, doing some service for the Vaishnavas and some service for your family, thinking that they are also parts and parcel of Lord. You don't own them. They are like a gift, like he said very nicely. So, these simple things. And also I have lately understood that hold on to your beads tightly, because your mind will wander away and your beads will drop back into the bag. And also, if your eyes are getting a bit going here and there, like they said, don't open your eyes 100% and don't shut them 100%. But I have seen just looking at the beads also helps me now. So this is my latest hack for nice chanting. So I wish everyone who is a Jai Pataka Maharaj, His Holiness Jai Pataka Maharaj's disciple here, a very happy Vyas Puja, and I hope to see you, many of you tonight.
And well wishes as well.
And well wishes, yes, everyone is welcome, because Maharaj is Shiksha Guru to everyone. So thank you all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Many happy returns of the day. Today's Vyas Puja, Guru Maharaj's Avirbhav Divas.
Yes.
So please accept my humble obeisances, all the Vaishnavas, and please keep me engaged in service. Please bless me so I can, with the grace of Guru Maharaj, always be engaged in service, any type of service, anyways, whatever capacity I have, so I can serve Guru Maharaj and Guru and Gauranga. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yes, please look after your health, and look after this instrument that we need for service, and I'm sure that you will serve nicely, because you have the mood. So thank you so much.
And hope to see you very soon.
If you can
So,
come, please come to the.
yes, Prabhuji, we'll try, because we have services in Coventry as well today.
Yep.
And yeah, a very nice class, Prabhuji. Very it's a learning for us all, like importance of Harinam, just taking one time Lord's name. It liberates us, and we are not up to that. I'm not up to that level, but yes, Harinam itself is so purifying, and chanting with the Tulsi beads, having a devotee along with us, like Tulsi Maharani, greatest devotee, and chanting Harinam on the Tulsi beads. It's a very rare thing. Very few people get this opportunity, and by the grace of Guru Maharaj, it's been there with all of us. His blessings are there, and uh, he chants on the beads and then gives it to us during initiation, and with his grace, we are able to chant holy name. I remember there's one Vaishnav bhajan. So in that, Kavi Lochan Das Kaviraj, written by Lochan Das Kaviraj, in that he mentions that it's about Nityananda Prabhu. So it's Akrodha Paramananda Nityananda Rai. You must have heard it. So in that there's a very there's a paragraph in that he says, Eta bole Nityananda bhume gadi jai. It's in
We lost you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, sorry, I got a call. So in that he says that ye bol ke, saying this, like chant Hari name, saying this, Nityananda Prabhu rolls on the ground. Like he's so much merciful that Gauranga Mahaprabhu has given us the holy name, and Nityananda Prabhu is rolling on the ground, rolling in the feet of the everyone, that at least chant for once. So thank you so much to Guru Maharaj for giving us this holy name and blessing us so we can take this holy name, making us eligible so that we are able to take this holy name and chant with his mercy. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, wonderful points. I like this point that we are chanting on Tulsi beads. We're taking the shelter of a pure devotee. We chant, and then we still can't be serious, strong. Yeah, sir, that's a very nice point, that we are taking the association of a pure devotee to chant, and at least in front of the pure devotee, we should be serious, right? It's like when the Maharaj comes, we try to act serious and like pretend to be really good, and we are really practicing our sadhana. So we are in front of pure devotee Tulsi, and then we're talking at the same time as chanting. We're ignoring her, and we're ignoring Krishna, both of them. So that's so offensive. So yeah, very very nice points, Matari. And Bhakti Rasayan Maharaj on Tuesday. Tuesday, was it Tuesday?
Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Or Ram Navami.
Wednesday, yeah. Wednesday, he was saying that to worship Ram, you have to be very pious, because Ram was Maryada Purushottam. So you have to be a Maryada person to worship Ram, to be really good if you want to associate with Ram. Krishna, he's very forgiving, right? Krishna is supreme. So he's very forgiving. Anybody can worship Krishna, in any state. We can worship Krishna and we can chant Krishna's names. So, but that doesn't mean, we remain at that point. It just means that we can start from any point, then work our way up. So, we have this wonderful opportunity, Krishna's, that we have.
But that's a very important point, Prabhuji. Thank you for mentioning that, because I was wondering, on this Ram Navami, we also were listening to a class, and then Prabhu said that earlier the Maha Mantra was Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So at that time, during the time of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, at that time, Brahmins objected because they said that this is a very special mantra. Only Brahmins can take this mantra. And normal people, like general people, cannot say this. So he twisted the mantra, saying Hare Krishna first and Hare Rama and after that. So I was just wondering what is the reason. So you gave me the reason. So combining both the things, that why we are saying Hare Krishna and Hare Rama. Thank
Very-
you so much.
Absolutely. And the Brahmas weren't happy that he's twisted. And actually, we have seen written the Maha Mantra like that, with Ram.
In Buddhist temples
First,
as well.
actually, my father-in-law, he's online. He showed me this back in India in a book where he says Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Yeah, so in there he gives more emphasis to Ram. And I was saying to Maharaj that when we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, and then when you come to Ram part, we say Hare Ram, Ram Ram. We don't give much emphasis to it. We just look for granted, right? And I had the opportunity to chant Ram's name in the last few days because Ram Navami, and I found it very powerful. When you chant only songs, it's very powerful. But we sort of take it granted alongside Krishna. That's all we do. It's fine. It's fine. Krishna is very important. Krishna is, he's our worshipful deity. That's who we worship. That's okay. But Ram is also Krishna, and Ram's name is very powerful. Like I said, Ram's name is even bigger than Ram. So it's so very powerful. So we can chant both Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, and Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. How great is that? We just remember Ram and remember Krishna as well.
And Maharaj was also saying that Hare is even important than Krishna and Ram is Hare.
Yeah.
Hara is Krishna's internal potency. Srimati Radharani, Srimati Sita Devi, and Srimati Lakshmi Devi. All the female aspects are also coming from Lord. And actually, as we go up and up, higher and higher to the original Golok Vrindavan Dham, they say originally at the topmost you won't see any of these. It's only Krishna up there. So in the Mahamantra, Hara is even more important because it's Krishna's internal potency. But end of the day, it's Krishna for all of us.
Yeah, so the whole Mahamantra is well. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Wonderful discussion.